Hi students, welcome to the quick presentation on organic molecules. Please have your organic molecule note sheet out as you're going through the chart. Organic molecules are anything with carbon in it, and if you look at the similarities between each of these groups of macro organic molecules, they all have carbon in it. You start with carbohydrates, the monomer, the molecule that makes them up, monosaccharides. The structure of the carbohydrate is carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen in a 1 to 2 to 1 ratio. So for every carbon, there are 2 hydrogens and 1 oxygen. So if you look at the chemical makeup of glucose, C6H12O6, it exists in a 1 carbon, 2 hydrogen to 1 oxygen ratio. The function of a carbohydrate is for quick energy, structure, for plant cell walls, and different examples. Anything with an OSE on it, OSE, is considered a carbohydrate. Glucose, sucrose, some glycogen, starches, cellulose. If we move to the next macromolecule or organic molecule, we have proteins. Proteins, of course, we know are assembled in the ribosome. They're assembled by putting a bunch of amino acids together. That is the molecule joined by peptide bonds. And again, this all happens in the ribosome, and which amino acids are put together are based solely on our DNA. And again, we're looking at the structure of carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and nitrogen. The function of proteins are for structure, enzymes. Every chemical reaction in our body is due to enzymes. When you put something in your mouth, the second that you put a piece of food in your mouth, enzymes in your saliva start breaking it down. Proteins act as hormones, insulin, regulating your blood sugar, antibodies. Examples, of course, are insulin, amylase in your saliva, myoglobin, keratin. If you have any questions, please feel free to stop this at any time. The next kind of organic molecule we'll look at are lipids. And lipids are made up of 1 glycerol to 3 fatty acids, carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen with very little oxygen. There's a difference between saturated and unsaturated. Mr. Matthews will go over this information in class. The function of a lipid. We use lipids for insulation. It's part of the cell membrane. We have a whole chapter on cell membrane. We will look at that the most of our cell membrane is made up by a phospholipid bilayer. Sort of a secondary function is to store energy. It's an energy source. Your main source of energy is carbohydrates, and if your body doesn't have carbohydrates to use for energy, it turns to lipids for energy. Sometimes this is the long-term storage. Hormones, different hormones are made from lipids. Steroids, we talked about this in class. Sometimes when you have allergies, your doctor will prescribe you steroids. Waterproofs are also used for lipids. Different examples are phospholipids we find in the cell membrane, steroids, waxes, oils, fats, triglycerides, all different kinds of lipids. And the last one, nucleic acids, and we've talked about this already quite a bit because the DNA, the example, um, must be found in every living organism. It's one of the key characteristics. It's part of the modern cell theory that all cells have DNA. Now, what makes up nucleic acids are a structure called a nucleotide. A nucleotide is sugar, a phosphate. The sugar, if we're looking at deoxyribose, or DNA, deoxyribose is the sugar. We're looking at a phosphate and a nitrogenous base, and we'll get into this. We have a whole chapter on DNA and RNA and how that replicates. But again, carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, phosphorus all play a role in these nucleotides. So the function is that it carries the genetic code. DNA is the code to make proteins. RNA is the messenger that takes the proteins and takes the code from the DNA to determine what proteins or what amino acids are going to join together to form proteins. Um, this is a very short section. If you have any questions about the particular macromolecule organic